Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Mirko, the number 5 hero, where basically Mirko found the doctor and found... I can't say it like that. If I say it like that, the doctor, it sounds like the doctor, you know, like Doctor Who. It's just the doctor. Does that work? I don't know. Anyway, she kicked the crap out of Nomu. It was fun to watch. Then cut back to the hideout of the Paranormal Liberation Front. It's first thing in the morning. My memory's going already. Kaminari basically proved himself. Yes, I should open my eyes. I'm way more tired than I realized I was, apparently. Yes, Kaminari proved himself. He got good. He remembered that he loves Jiro, and then he went, and then he got good, and he absorbed electricity. Yes, there we go. Alright. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and get started so I can start downing some caffeine, because I clearly need it. Let's get going. Alrighty, then I'm gonna call it here. I think that's the death of Hawks. No, Hawks died. No, twice. Oh my god, it's so early, apparently. I'm stupid. I don't think that's the death of Hawks. I think Hawks killed him. But I think that's the end of Twice. Man, you know, this is one of my favorite things about this show, is the villains, and particularly these villains, you know? Because, I mean, and I talked about this a bit in when we did World Heroes Mission, but in that one, because the whole thing with Fleck Turn is, you know, he has this glorious purpose, and this whole thing, it's what Jet Black would describe as a preacher with a gun, basically. And I will say, like, it made me realize, like, I'm kind of tired of those villains, or the self-righteous, or just anything too crazy or too depressing. And I gotta say, like, this has kind of been since we were first introduced to Shigaraki in Season 1. I mean, and I joke about this a lot, but, like, they're just such a friggin'... They're a family, man, you know? And I even made a joke about that in Season 5, you know? I don't have friends. I got family, you know? So I really like that, and it's the joke that I always kind of do with Shigaraki. It's like, we're just a bunch of gamers, and we're gonna attack. Why? Because we're gamers, you know? Because that's what he always does, is the freaking, you know, gamer metaphors and stuff like that. But honestly, they're just such a family. It's so fast. I mean, the bond between this group in particular, I mean, it feels as strong as the bond of Class A, you know? Like, and that's the thing, you know, even with Shigaraki, who has this super depressing backstory and all this stuff, he's still just kind of a guy who... Why is he a villain? He doesn't have this grand thing, you know, he's not like Overhaul, he's not like Stain. He's just a guy. Why does he want to destroy? Because it's fun. Is he going to destroy everything? No, he's got his friends. That's it. It's just now that he also has an army, you know? And he's not like Re-Destro, where Re-Destro has this whole big thing, and it's like, I just want to destroy, you know? It's just fun to destroy things, you know? And I just really like that, and yeah, just, like, I almost, like, that was heart-wrenching watching Twice die, you know? Watching Twice, and I have to assume that Twice is dead. I have to assume that Hawks killed him, you know? My God, that was something, wasn't it? That was something. Yeah, that was freaking great. That was awesome. That was spectacular. You know? Oh, man, oh, man. So, yeah. Whew, let's go ahead and go through the notes. Let's first talk about on the hero front. We had Edgeshot just burrowing holes through people. That's crazy. Because, yeah, the friggin' a hole in the lungs, like, that is very dangerous, you know? But, yeah, if you don't move around, it won't be fatal. So, it's not his fault if they end up dead. But, geez. And, you know, it's one of those things because it's like, okay, seeing that after seeing what we saw last episode, because Edgeshot is one rank higher than Mirko. Mirko, however, was kicking the crap out of 5 high-end Nomus, you know? And so I'm kind of sitting here like, all right, I want to see what Edge can do. I mean, I want to see what all of them can do. Edge, we don't have Best Jeanist, unfortunately. He may be dead for all we know. And Hawks, you know, we get a bit of that in this episode, but it's like, man, I want to see what makes these guys... Like, Endeavor I get. I understand why Endeavor's at the top because of how powerful he is. But I want to see why these guys are ahead of Mirko after what we saw last episode. So, yeah. I love Midnight going around with that friggin... with her friggin... pheromones, putting everybody to sleep. That was fun. Mudman and Komari, they were out there. That was pretty good. And then I love Tokoyami going with Fat Gum and Amajiki. That I really love that the Amajiki is as confident as he needs to be until he's not, basically. Like, he's super confident and goes in and takes down the bad guys, but then as soon as, you know, that moment is over, he's back to, you know, normal, sheltered, you know, shy Amajiki. So I really like that. Man, I love the implication too that he has clearly eaten part of a horse, which is why he was able to turn into a centaur. That's so cool. His friggin' quirk. That's a really friggin' good quirk, you know. And then, yeah, Tokoyami going in with Ragnarok. Tokoyami took on Re-Destro. Now, we have to... Because that's a pretty crazy thing. Like, oh shit, Tokoyami's taking on Re-Destro, the villain that faced... You know, or the antagonist that Shigaraki faced, you know? But I'm pretty sure the main reason that Tokoyami won that little fight, brief fight, was because whatever they have, I guess they must have built him new legs. They went to an automail mechanic and got him new legs. But clearly that stuff cannot hold up. Whoever they went to, they clearly did not go to Winry Rockbell. Because if that was made by Winry, no, that would not be breaking, you know? But yeah, so his false leg broke. And that's what allowed Tokoyami to overpower him, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that was really interesting. I like how they also say that Makia will not be a problem because, yeah, he only takes orders from his master, and he doesn't even really take orders from the doctor. At this point, it would be Shigaraki. Now, he has the radio. So maybe they might do something with that, but I don't know. If Makia wakes up, I don't know how many of them at the villa are going to be able to deal with him, you know? I don't know. We'll have to see. But then we got Twice and Hawks. Yeah, and it makes sense, because at first I was like, okay, so is Hawks just going to sort of be out of the fight? But no. But it makes sense that he would be dealing with Twice, because, yeah, that's... If he gets out and he gets going, that's an entire army right there, you know? That turned the tide against the Meta Liberation Army in Season 5, you know? So, Hawks definitely had to be all over that. And yeah, Twice betrayed by his friend, and he thinks he screwed all of this up, you know? And yeah, the whole thing, too, of, you know, which is an interesting thing to think about, because Twice is definitely right, where it's like, you know, heroes, yeah, when things get tough, they don't look after, you know, the weaker ones, the people like him, you know. and that is sort of a thing, and I guess I'm sort of guilty of this because, here I am every episode of MHA, I'm just like, kill him, I'm always here being like, why don't we just kill the villain and then it's over, But obviously that can't really happen, but Hawks was about to. Hawks was definitely about to kill him. And it's just interesting because, it's like, the villains, I mean, they will accept anybody, They will, I mean, at least this villain group. This villain group will accept anybody, So, yeah. So, it's just an interesting idea. And it's kind of true because, he was like, look, if Hawks is like, look, I know for a fact that if a hero and a villain will never give up, someone has to die, So he was fully ready. This dude's like, 23, and he's already like, I gotta kill people, Freaking Hawks is crazy, man. But yeah, so he was ready to kill him, and the only reason that it didn't work out just then is because Dobby showed up. So yeah, but even with those flames, Hawks was still going. Like, and that's good. I like to see that. I like to see, like at point blank, he dodged that fire and grabbed twice in the process. So that was really, really good. And it's interesting. They make a mention that that Dobby knows Hawks' name, which is interesting. Which you would think that would be like public record, but I guess not. It's interesting to think about heroes with secret identities in this world when they're all famous and they're all like government employees, basically, at least, in terms of how this hero world is structured, so yeah, it's just sort of a strange thing that it's like, oh, he knows my name. It's like, okay, well, what is the significance that he knows your name, I mean, it must be some significance. If you're making a big point like that, then it's like, okay, he should not know Hawks' name, but why? So I'm curious about that. But man, seeing him, when Dobby was about to blast him, Dobby is just continually blasting, thinking he's roasting Hawks alive, and Hawks circles back around and hits them again. The fact that Dobby didn't catch that he would have flown around and come back to attack, And he's that fast, He is absolutely that fast, But yeah, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% positive that we just saw the death of Twice. And yeah, just that moment where he apologizes to Toga and tries to give her the hanky back. It's obviously not actually, it's a copy actually, but he tries, and yeah, he can't hold. It's interesting that once as he dies, the quirk doesn't hold anymore, It's like if a stand user dies, their stand effect goes away, basically, So yeah, he died, or at least he died up there, but the clone died in her arms, and yeah, how dare Hawks say that he was unlucky. He was accepted. He had friends, and yeah, like of all, like that is the interesting thing, is the sort of villain family that they had, and I really like that. I really, really like that, because even I feel like other evil groups don't really they're not really a family. Like, you know what? They kind of remind me, this is for all my JoJo fans out there, they kind of remind me of the Hitman team from Part 5, now that I think about it. Except, I mean, I don't know, I guess that's it. Wow, I think I've come to accept the Hitman team a lot more. That's for all my JoJo fans out there, but yeah. Yeah, they're definitely, like, the Hitman team is the only other thing I can think of like, a villain family, Like, they are a family, without a doubt. And yeah, Hawks, I mean, does Hawks have anything like that? He doesn't even train his own damn sidekicks, He barely did anything for Tokoyami, So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that is the death of Twice. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if it's confirmed. But I'm pretty positive that he's dead. Because I mean, when he was about to make, he was trying to make another one right there, and Hawks was right there trying to kill him, you know? So, yeah. He was able to save Toga and Compress one last time, but I'm pretty positive that that is the death of Twice. So, yeah. That's one gamer down in our gamer team. Let's see who's next. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my My Hero Academia reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.